Hi, welcome to the video, and today we are going to talk about Coinbase. They are preparing to go public actually next week on April 14th, and it's not through a traditional IPO, it's actually a direct listing. So that means current investors will be able to sell their shares to new investors the moment it goes public, and current investors will be the ones deciding on the price. We don't really have a good price estimate right now. So in this video, I'll just give you some basic information about Coinbase, the IPO, but I also want to show you my own Coinbase account, because honestly, to best understand a company, I think you have to use its product. And luckily, I've used Coinbase for many years now. It was the first platform that I ever used to buy cryptocurrency, so it holds a special place in my heart. And we'll just go through what it looks like and what the experience of using it has been. But back to some basic information about the IPO. What we know about Coinbase is that it generates its revenue from the sale of cryptocurrencies, and that it's expanding its exchange. Obviously, this started with just Bitcoin, but now there's hundreds, thousands of altcoins. So all of these different coins, no matter what you're buying, Coinbase generates its revenue from the sale of cryptocurrencies, specifically through trading commissions. So every time you buy or sell, they take a small percentage. And looking at the recent crypto boom, they have made a lot of money this year. Let's look at their revenue. In 2016, they just generated $16 million. 2017, $927 million. 2019, it was $483 million. And 2020, it was over $1 billion in Coinbase revenue. And this might be a little bit misleading, but let's look at the actual profit. In 2018 and 2019, they had a net loss. They are still a young, growing company, so it makes sense that they weren't able to profit as much as they were reinvesting into the business. But in 2020, we have $322 million of profit. And more importantly though, let's take a look at users, because profit and revenue could fluctuate in the short term, but in the long term, if they have more users, they will make more money. And as of 2021, they have 43 million users. That is an insane number. Their active users has nearly tripled from 2019, from 1 million to 2.8 million. And right now, this article says their valuation is roughly 28 billion, but actually in the private market, the valuation is fluctuating between 50 billion and 100 billion. It's a monster value. And one really important thing to note though is that Coinbase's success is highly tied to Bitcoin, because the reality is the higher Bitcoin prices are, the more fees they get per trade, and therefore the faster and bigger Coinbase actually will be. Now, of course, there are all these other altcoins, so when you invest in Bitcoin, you are investing on crypto as a whole, but because Bitcoin still contains the bulk of the money floating around of things getting traded, therefore it's tied to this. So if Bitcoin drops by half, Coinbase could also drop a lot. Should Coinbase be something you're invested in? I think if you are very bullish on crypto, honestly, you can't go wrong with just investing directly into Bitcoin or the crypto of your choice. I would recommend sticking with the top two, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and some of the other stable, more large cap coins. But if you're not sure what to invest in, or let's say for some reason you don't like Bitcoin that much, but you believe in crypto or blockchain technology, I think Coinbase is a fine investment. Adoption seems to be reaching a tipping point. A lot of institutions are getting in, but I would say a lot of retail investors still are unfamiliar with crypto, or they have a lot of reservations. So yes, there is a risk, but the potential upside is high enough that I think it's worth taking that risk. Now, we don't know what prices it's going to be at right now, but one thing I do want to take a look at is previous recent IPOs that also had a lot of hype. So here we look at Coupang, and it started off roughly when it IPO'd recently, just in March, at $49, and you see it comes up a little bit all the way up to $50, but very quickly it drops back down. So there is always these couple of days of overexcitement of people jumping in and FOMOing in, but afterwards there was this little come down. Another stock I want to take a look at is the Roblox IPO. So not the IPO, but the stock. So let's take a look at the stock. This has only also been out for just a little under a month. So IPO'd in March, first day, about $70. It shoots up a little bit, comes back down, goes all the way up to $77. But then you can see just a little after a week, it comes all the way down below its IPO price, and it's been falling down a little bit ever since. And with Coinbase, I believe there's a lot of similar type investors. People that are aware of IPOs are generally aware of all of the major IPOs. And I point to Coupang and Roblox because they were one of the biggest ones. And Coinbase is no different. This is going to be my guess. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who's really into investing and finding the best opportunities for me and you to grow their money. So if I were to get into Coinbase, I would actually wait a week and a half and see where the price settles. There's a chance that it could be higher from when it started off. No one can predict the future, but based on recent trends, I think there's a good chance that there's going to be an initial wave of excitement and then it's going to come back down, maybe 5%, 10% lower than wherever it started. And that would be a good opportunity to buy in. So like always, buy the dip, don't get too excited. And if you love Bitcoin, if you're bullish on crypto, I think it's a solid investment. Obviously, this is also going to depend on where the share price falls. If it's anything like Snowflake IPO and it's 2x or 2.5x, its recommended or fair value price, that might not be a great time to buy, but you can wait for a good opportunity to buy. But now let's actually take a look at Coinbase, the desktop app, and I'll just walk you through the app and my experience using it. So let's take a look at Coinbase. So one thing that I do like about Coinbase is that you need two-factor authentication. I use an app called Duo, and what that means is not only do you have to log in with your name and pass, it's connected to your phone where there's an app that will generate a code that's constantly changing. So if you don't type in the code in time, it actually swaps to another code. And it just makes me feel safer. Initially, it was annoying, and sometimes it still is annoying. See now, it says I'm on a new device, and this will happen every once in a while. Now I actually have to go to my email to authorize this is a new device, and I see it in my email, new device access, and click I authorize this computer. A little bit annoying, but the more annoying it is to me, the more annoying it will be for a hacker. And I've actually had this Coinbase account for 4 years now. It's been a while, and you can see that I actually invested about actually, I'm not sure how much I invested. I bought Bitcoin first, and then later in 2017, I bought a bunch of Ethereum when the price was between $200 or $300. So I really lucked out there. But here we can just go through what it looks like. Here you can see my portfolio. Right now, I don't really have any Bitcoin in this account. I actually just shifted it out. I just have 3 Ethereum and some XRP, and then a little bit of Bitcoin SV that I got for just completing some surveys. But yeah, this is basically what it looks like. Here we have prices where we can see prices of a bunch of different coins. And what I like about Coinbase is its UI is very simple and pleasing to the eye, but also it was basically the first thing to exist. I remember 4 years ago, there were not this many different exchanges, and just Googling how to buy Bitcoin, it seemed like a very, very complicated process until I found Coinbase. And that's why Coinbase is so special, and this is such a big deal because this is one of the OG market exchanges where you could actually purchase Bitcoin. Now, one thing that I didn't like about Coinbase was that, let's say I wanted to purchase $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, and we can preview the buy. There was this fee that it always seemed a little bit much. The more you purchase, the higher the fee is, obviously. But in hindsight, when I compare this price that I get on Bitcoin to Blockfi or any of the other exchanges, it actually doesn't differ that much. There's a slight premium sometimes, but I think it's actually a fair rate. And here, if I'm purchasing Bitcoin, I can actually go between how much money I want to purchase and also how much Bitcoin I want to purchase. So they give you options, very easy for the novice Bitcoin investor. Here we have For You section, and this section actually educates you on a lot of different Bitcoin. And this was a feature that I also really liked, and it encouraged sharing and education with friends, because there's a lot of these promotions that if you share with friends and they complete the survey, just learning about a new altcoin, they will give you that coin. I don't think all of these altcoins are worth investing in, but to encourage you to learn more about them, acclimating you to this crypto space by giving you lessons in all of these different projects and ideas, I think is a net good. And here we just have the earn rewards tabs, and you can literally watch videos to earn some money and bits of different coins. Here we have a notification tab, and it just notifies me on coins that I'm invested in, which is mainly Bitcoin and Ethereum, whether it's going up and down or not. And yeah, that's basically it. Here you can refer friends, copy link, share, set up reoccurring buy, and you can get $5 in free crypto. You can make your own watch list. Shows your recent transactions. Yeah, so here you can see it dropped a lot, but that's actually because I sent some of my crypto out. So right now I'm spreading my crypto between 5 different wallets, which might seem like a lot, and it is hard to keep track of sometimes, but that gives me peace of mind. I think Coinbase is actually one of the safest exchanges. It's been around the longest and it's never given me any issues. I think this is a great place to start. Eventually though, just to spread out your risk a little bit, and who knows what can happen with crypto in the future, I like dividing my eggs amongst a lot of different baskets. I will also add a referral link if you want to try out Coinbase or Blockfi. I have another video where I go over Blockfi. Other exchanges I have some crypto on are Binance, Cake DeFi. I have a little bit in Robinhood, and I also have a little bit in SoFi, but SoFi and Robinhood, you don't actually own your coins. Also, yeah, quick thing, in Coinbase, you actually do own your coins. You can send and receive them. So if I had another address or another wallet, I can literally find that address and it generates a very long address that you don't want to get wrong. It'll just be a number of numbers and letters, and they'll know if it's a valid address. So sometimes it's email or phone, but generally it's an assortment of seemingly random numbers and letters, and you could add this and you could continue and actually send it to different wallets, and I've done it pretty much effortlessly. So that's just another quick note about Coinbase. Okay, this is the final statistic I'll leave you with. This is a pretty crazy number. Look at this Coinbase versus Binance assets under management, and I definitely need to do more research, and it really depends on where IPO is at. And sorry, I keep saying IPO. It's not an IPO, it's a direct offering. So after it starts trading, I'll take a look at it and make an update video about my thoughts and whether or not I invested in it. But that's it for today. Let me know if you are going to invest in Coinbase in the comment section below and why. If this is helpful, please give a like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. This is Green Knight Trading, where Squires become knights. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon.